So the sages in Babel, they asked the sages in Israel, who is Ben Olam Haba? Yeah. Who is a Ben Olam Haba? Who has a portion in the world to come? So maybe you'll say, whoever says Tehillim is important, right? And but a person has to know that saying Tehillim by itself doesn't make a person a tzaddik. Some women say Tehillim instead of using their time and their energy for their family, right? This is also a mistake. A person has to make sure that fulfill taking care of your basic obligations, and then doing the extra stuff on the side. For ladies, changing the diapers and giving bath to the kids is like putting on tefillin, and making the meal is like putting on sisit. That's their obligations. So there's a lady that said she fasts every Monday and Thursday. So Rav Yagen told her, you're supposed to eat. What do you mean? Every day you fast is a sin. She says, why? It's because when you fast, she thinks, I fast, that's a kapara avonot, therefore I don't have to watch how I speak, I don't have to watch what I do. This mitzvah will cancel all my averot. And a person has to know that that's not what a person is supposed to be focusing on. You have to focus on your basic obligation and make sure to not do sins, and don't think that God takes bribes. Chas v'shalom, you do this mitzvah, I'll cancel out my avera. Chas v'shalom. So some people also they do tani dibur, right? And then the guy asks his wife, no, what about this? What about that? Do we need to do this? She can't talk tani dibur. So you have to realize this is not righteous, because at the end of the day you need to do your basic obligations. Why are you doing chumrot? Why are you doing stringencies on the expense of somebody else? Listen, on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, it makes sense. Okay, all day you're praying, makes sense. Fine, take upon yourself tani dibur. There are many achronim who write that tani dibur is like 1,000 fasts. If you do a tani dibur the whole day, only prayers the whole day, and you don't speak any mundane words, then it's a very, very big ma'ala. If possible, everybody should do tani dibur on Yom Kippur. Right? There's that way they doesn't Chas v'shalom, the day of forgiveness, they do any say anything wrong, Chas v'shalom, or talk in shul. Tani dibur also helps for a person not to talk in shul. But he says that who's ben olam haba? Says Rav Yagen, somebody who is humble. Says the Gemara, someone who's humble and simple, goes in and out quietly, sticks to the Torah, and thinks about avodat Hashem. What does it mean to be humble? Rashi says is savlan. He's able to sovel people, be tolerant. The Gemara gives an example. Masechet Shabbat. There were two men. Can you close the door, Abraham, afterwards? There was two men who were discussing the Chacham Hillel. Right? We know Hillel was Nasi. He was the leader of the Jewish people. So one of them said that Hillel was very humble. And so the other friend said, yeah, Hillel is very humble. I'll prove to you he's not humble. So he says, okay, if you show that he's not humble, I'll give you $400. So no problem. So he goes Erev Shabbat to Hillel's house, and Erev Shabbat is a very pressure time, it's a very hard, difficult time. So they go, Hillel, where's Hillel? So Hillel was in the shower. So to get a bath back in those days is very complicated. You had to bring wood, you had to heat up the water, you had to go and set up everything in advance. So now this guy's screaming, where's Hillel? Where's Hillel? So Hillel is again, he thought that maybe it's Chaim Mavet, it's the life and death question, maybe. So he gets out of the shower, he had shampoo in his hair, and he asked him, no, you're looking for Hillel? He said, yes, I'm here. He says, what would you like to ask, my son? He says, Rabbi, why the Yaponsky, the Japanese people, the eyes are like this? That's what he asked him. So he said to him, what a random question. You would think to say, right? If you were me and you, we would say, this is what you get me out of the shower to ask me this kind of baloney questions. What did Hillel right away say? He said, no, it's okay. He answered him, because where they live, the sand goes in their eyes, so that's why like that. So he said, so then happens, he went to boil the water again. He wanted to go in the shower again. And then he's screaming, Hillel, second time. He comes out again and he says, listen, why are the people, this type of people, their feet are very thick, very, very big feet. He says, because they live in the swamp and they have to walk and whatever. So then he, again, third time, Hillel, he already went in the shower third time. And he asked them, listen, why are these type of people bold? And and he answered him again. And he asked him all these nonsense questions. And each time Hillel didn't get upset. So then the guy, instead of Hillel getting upset, the guy asking the question got upset. He said, because of you, I lost $400. And Hillel told him, it's better you should lose $400 than I should get angry. So what do we see from here? We see that Hillel, he was the Nissim. Understand? He wasn't some regular rabbi. He was the chief rabbi. He was the head of all the rabbis. His time was very special. On top of this, it was Erev Shabbat, where there's no time for anything. Plus, he was in the shower, and he wanted to get it over with. He wanted to go in the shower. 3 times they make him come out of the shower to answer these silly questions. Did he tell him you're an idiot? Did he tell him why'd you bother me? Did he tell him you don't have nobody else to bother? What do you think, this is a joke? You think you can make pranks on me? Oh, shame on you. You know who I am. He didn't say any of that. He had patience from every single time, and he says it was worth it. That you should lose $400 and I shouldn't lose my anger. Meaning, more important than money is not to lose my anger. I'd rather lose money than to lose my anger. So you see, to lose my cool. So a person has to learn from this. Are you any better than Hillel? Are you any better than God, who raised his name for peace? To go and let yourself get angry is a very, 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 very sad thing to do, and very, very detrimental for your neshama, especially in Seret Teshuva. We need to be able to have this zechut of not getting angry. The Rabbi Nachman Breslov writes that whenever Hashem wants to give you parnasah, the Satan tests you and says to Satan to Hashem, he doesn't deserve it, I'll prove to you. And he comes to you and he tries to make you angry. If you get angry, so Hashem says, oh, I guess Satan was right. He rips up the decree. And if you pass the test, you don't get angry. So Hashem says, you see to Satan, you say, he is a Sadiq. I should give him this parnasah. And you should know right away, it says the Rabbi Nachman, you're going to get a lot of parnasah. There's a decree of parnasah coming your way. Whenever you get a test, when people come and act foolish with you, and you feel like they're wasting your time, and you want to get all upset, and I don't deserve this. Are we better than Hillel? Are we better than Hashem? You have patience. The bracha is coming. Baruch Naolam.